It's time for the latest market update for what happened in July in Silicon Valley. First, let's start by looking at the high-level economic indicators. Real GDP, the real growth of GDP in the most recent quarter is actually really not very good. As you can see from this number, it has the biggest dip, about 32.9% for Q2 in 2020. Market consumer sentiment had a little bit bounce back in May and June, and in July we saw a step back for the consumer sentiment index. Jobless claims in United States, it goes higher compared with back in last month, and even in California, the unemployment claims went higher again. Well, retail sales does have some bounce back in June, almost get back to the pre-crisis level. I don't have the July number yet, so once I have it, I'll share that with you. Purchase loan application, as you notice, the rates are very low. For the first time over the past many years, we had a 30-year rate fell below 3%. Right now, if your loan is no more than 510 loan amount, you actually can get around 2.625 for no closing cost. And for the high balance conforming, if the loan amount is up to 765K, you can still get around 3.125%, very recent data. However, the purchase applications for the most recent month, actually for the most recent July timeframe, as you can see, it went pretty high a month ago and come back down a little bit, getting a little bit stabilized right now. The weekly data actually shows the week ending July 24 has a little bit drop of purchase application compared with 2 consecutive weeks of increase. Well, now let's get down to the real estate part. Real estate part, I'll start talking about what happened in the whole California. Then I'll get down to Bay Area numbers. The whole California transaction fell through. We track actually week by week over the past few months, and these are all the weekly data. As you can see in the most recent week, July 24, the week of July 24, the transaction fell through, went up a little higher, about 7%. Even though it's just 1 week data, we will need to continue watching to see if it's a trend or not. But just want to share with you the most recent information. And the new listings, on the other hand, the most recent week new listing in the whole California actually declined. It's the second consecutive week of decline for the new listings. But overall, it held pretty stable, actually, over the past couple months. The pending sales, which are the sales that in contract, the houses that was in contract, it's overall pretty stable and had a little bit up, but it's not as faster as we all wanted. So it's rebounded, but it's slower, a lot slower. The whole California closed sale data in the most recent week, the week ending July 25, it's a little bit lower compared with the week before. The week before in ending July 18 is higher. The most recent data is a little bit lower, as you can see. But again, these are just the weekly data. I would like to see it if it's becoming a trend, because every week it could have some change up and downs. Now, the next I want to share with you the Santa Clara County and San Mateo County data, which are in our immediate neighborhood. So these are the number we care the most. The most interesting data I want to show you is the new listings the number of new listings versus the number of sales. So I show you by both single family as well as townhouse and condo. So left chart is for single family, and while the right chart is for the condo and the townhouse. As you can see, the left chart, it shows single family house new listing in Santa Clara County in July is around 1,181, while the number of sales is a little bit low. The new listings, it's around 1,051. While this, if you look at townhouse and condo, the sales is actually the ratio-wise is much slower. You have about new listing 566 and versus the sale units is about 379. So as you can see, the single family house sale is faster compared with the speed of the new listings, while on the condo townhouse side, you have more new listings, while the sales is a little slower. So that if that continues in the next few months, you will tend to see the buildup of more condo townhouse inventory versus the single family house. So this is the San Mateo data is very similar compared with Santa Clara in terms of, the single family house new listing units in July versus the sale units in July. So single family house in July units is 621, while the sold units in July is 447 for single family in San Mateo County, and the gap for townhouse condo is bigger. For the townhouse and condo, new listings in July is 218, while the sold one is only 123 units. Next data to share with you is the inventory, because inventory is very important. If the inventory very low, it tends to drive up the price. So as you can see, the Santa Clara County month of inventory again, I separate by single family versus condo and townhouse. For single family, you can see it's only 1 month inventory. That's really, really low. Condo is slightly better. It's about 1.8 months. So compare with back in May, you see that the house inventory was consumed quite a bit, because at that time in May, the data was about, for single family, 2.3 months. For townhouse and condo, it's about over 3 months. So here is the number for San Mateo County. Single family house inventory is only 1.3 months, and versus condo and townhouse is about 2.1 months in July. And you see the inventory, keep going lower since April. Same for both, Santa Clara County and San Mateo County for single family house, and versus the townhouse and condo was a little bit better, but again, you see the same trend of inventory going down for the past few months. So let's look at the sales price to list price ratio. This ratio is telling you, again, how much more the buyer is willing to pay compared with seller's asking price. For single family house in July, Santa Clara County, this ratio is 101.6, which means average the buyer put 1.6% higher compared with seller's asking price for single family house. This number is actually lower compared with beginning of this year, February, March, and April timeframe. And same for the condo townhouse, the sales price versus listing price ratio is 100.7, which means on average the buyer pays about 0.7% higher than seller's asking price. Of course, it could vary, depends on different houses and the listing price. But on the other hand, you see the trend that overall buyer is more cautious, less crazy in terms of adding the pricing on top of what the seller is asking about. San Mateo County sees the similar trend. San Mateo County, the July sales price versus the listing price ratio is 101.3% for single family house. That is a little bit lower compared with Santa Clara County. For the condo townhouse wise, the Santa Clara County sales price versus listing price ratio is 100.8%. That's a little bit higher compared with the Santa Clara County 100.7%. The next thing I want to share with you is we are going to look at, when buyer is looking for houses, what is the most popular price range that the buyer is looking at right now, single family versus townhouse. For single family, as you notice that single family that's listed between 1.1 to 1.2 is the most sought after price range, followed by the ones that's at 1.8 to 2 price range. Well, I think probably the reason is because the 1.8 to 2 million price range is where buyer is looking for single family with good schools, versus the other popular segmentation 1.1 to 1.2 price range is a single family house but without the school requirements. So these are pretty much, you see, that's the two very desirable price range for most of the buyers who's looking for single family house. For the condo townhouse side, the most sought after price range is 1.11 to 1.2. That's also, for a lot of people here working, both working at high-tech companies, that's the pretty comfortable, affordable price range. And also the reason this segment is quite popular for townhouse and condo is for most of people buying condo or townhouse, they probably focus less on the school, more focus on what they are looking for in terms of lifestyle and amenities. As people looking for townhouse and condo, a lot of times, tends to have been the first home buyer, and they may not have kids yet. So that's why you see the difference between the price for single family houses versus the townhouse and condo. So which city is most competitive in July? For single family house in Santa Clara County, Mountain View sees the most sales price to list price ratio. In Mountain View, average is about close to 4%. And this followed by Cupertino, Sunnyvale, Santa Clara, and San Jose. These are the areas that buyer tends to add more on top of seller's asking price compared with other areas. Well, one thing to notice that the higher priced area like Saratoga, Los Alto Hill, Palo Alto, you see a little bit slow down in terms of the competitiveness for the price you need buyer add on top of seller's asking price. For the townhouse and condo, Campbell in July is the most popular area, and followed by Saratoga and Gilroy. Overall, you see sales price ratio versus listing price ratio for these places is about between 2 to 2.5%. And you see the same trend for the townhouse and condo in the area like Los Altos, Los Gatos, Palo Alto. These are the higher price range area. You tend to see a little bit slowdown in terms of the bidding pricing. What is the city that is most competitive in San Mateo County? San Mateo County, we can see Daly City, Pacifica, and Menlo Park are the top three, well followed by San Carlos, Belmont. These are all the areas, San Carlos, Belmont, all areas, these are areas have very good schools. For the price to sales price ratio is very similar as Santa Clara County in the range of about 2 to 4%, except for Daly City. For the condo townhouse side, East Palo Alto, somehow you see a higher price to sell price ratio. Maybe just for July, we'll keep watching to see how this trend goes. The other areas, it's roughly about 2 to 4%, pretty consistent. And the most popular area, again, Pacifica, Daly City, are the two city that's quite popular in July to see more buyers for both townhouse, condo, as well as single family. So overall in July, what we see in the market from high level economic data, economic indicators, a lot of them moving in a negative direction is a direction we don't think it's positive and see improvement. On the other hand, the uncertainty and the downside risk is increasing. As you all know, the numbers of COVID-19 infection in California is increasing. I think that is one of the major reasons that help to contribute to all these uncertainty and the downside risk. The next we see is inventory is still low, especially in Bay Area, especially for single-family house. So if you're looking for single-family house, and as I showed you in the price segment of 1.1 to 1.2 without school requirements, or if you're looking for single-family house with school requirements in about 1.8 to 1.8 million to 2 million price range. These are the hot spots right now. So if you're looking for those hot spots, be prepared that you're likely to continue to see multiple offers with competition. And the single family house again shows stronger price versus listing ratio compared with townhouse and a condo. So that's because I think another major reason is COVID-19. A lot of people prefer to start to have a larger backyard, less density area. Share with you a few of our closed sales in July. We still have multiple offers for our listings. Our listing 1549 Bleecker Street, it's in Milpitas. It's a condo. We got multiple offers, sell higher than listing price. Single family house 2965 Forwood Lane. Again, we got multiple offers, much higher than our listing price. These are the impending ones, not closed yet. It's going to close in August. A few of the transactions were closed in July. The Santa Clara townhouse, multiple offers, sold around 1.49-ish. The Campbell townhouse, 630 Alton Loop, that was actually right next to the highway. We still very good that we still got all cash offer in just a matter of 2 days. And Sutter is a starter home for beginner buyer. We got multiple offers, again, bid over our listing price. Pepper Road, 1122 Pepper Road, is around the listing price without contingency, so very strong and good terms. The next is 823 Fulton Court, which is a big single-family house with very good schools. Again, preemptive offer sold at 1.46. That's our transactions in July to share with you. So let me know if any questions or if you have any personal scenario or personal questions you want us to analyze. Here is my contact. Feel free to reach me anytime. I'll come back to talk with you more next month about the latest market update.